Welcome back to the 125 podcast, where 7% of Americans think that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. My name is Stuart Blue.
My name is Lucas Allende.
And today we're going to talk about what we do to waste time. But before that, I just want to get into what this podcast is, what we're hoping to do, why we're doing this. Basically, we've been wanting to do something like this for a while.
Yeah.
Like some sort of podcast or something. It's tough because everybody's doing a podcast. It's hard to stand out. But we decided that from every podcast, we're going to take at least a couple minutes, something funny, some story or something that we're talking about, and we're going to film it. So kind of film it word for word as it was said, and we'll put those videos up in addition to the entire podcast itself. That way, if you're more of a fan of the videos, you can just watch the videos every once in a while. But if you want to listen to the full podcast,
there'll be like 1 or 2 minute videos.
Not
too long.
Something just short and sweet. Probably pretty funny. But if you're not a huge fan of podcasts, but you still like us, then you can. I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah. Hey,
but you can go over and check out just the videos that we make. But if you're more in the mood to listen to the entire podcast, you can come over here and listen to the whole thing. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's the idea, right?
Yeah, that is the idea. So so today we're going to talk about what we do to waste time. Because let me tell you, Lucas and I
a bunch of free time.
We got a lot of time.
No, yeah.
But we'll kick it off with you, Mr.
Dude,
L.
I didn't realize that I had that much free time. But when you left to Guadalupe, I was like, holy shit, what I fucking should do with my fucking life, right?
I also didn't really realize how much free time we have until I started thinking about what I do in my free time.
Yeah.
Then I realized we have way too much free time.
No, I know, and then you realize you don't fucking do anything, right? You don't do shit.
You don't do anything. But why don't you start off? What is your go-to? You get home from class, you don't have anything to do, nobody's hanging out, you're not going out, you're not doing anything. What are you doing?
I'm gonna give you an example, okay? The past few days.
Paint me a picture.
Okay, the past few days when none of the guys were here, you left. My girlfriend wasn't here, so I was fucking alone the whole day.
Nobody's here, and it's cold outside. You don't want to be outside.
It was sunny, but fuck that,
Yeah.
I woke up in the morning at 9. I was like, okay, what the fuck should I do today? Okay, so I start, the routine and everything, and then I was kind of feeling inspired, so I started drawing and everything. But then I was like, "Fuck, this is fucking boring as fuck." Yeah.
Well, wait. You gotta take it slow here. What were you drawing?
Oh shit. I was actually first drawing a picture of me and my girlfriend, but then I realized I was awful drawing faces. I'm not joking. I look like a fucking Pokemon or any shit like that. Yeah, I didn't look
so you just stopped that.
I just stopped that after 10 minutes, right?
Okay.
But while I was drawing, I was hearing music, Post Malone, some Spanish artists or whatever.
Nice.
And then I remember our friend Will and Will and Daniel, they make beats, right?
Yeah.
So then I went to internet and I was like, oh shit,
you're gonna write some raps.
I want to write some raps too, right?
Okay.
So I went to internet, I don't know some babe shit, beats things. Dude, and then I was there now, dude, I didn't know where to start.
But were you writing? Okay, so hold on.
No, just for beats, no raps, no letters, just the music.
Oh, you wanted to make beats?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just to get some free time and just to see how was it, right? If I was good or anything. Dude, I was fucking up. I didn't know where to fucking start. I'm not joking. I was there and there was some free samples and I put them there. They didn't make any sense. It was fucking awful.
So that's more that's what you do to kill time? You make beats?
I mean, that's what I did for 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then I realized I was fucking bad. But what I do most of the time is fucking watch Netflix or YouTube.
What are you hooked on Netflix right now?
Netflix right now, I was looking at there's a Spanish TV show called En Tiempos de Guerra. I love TV shows on medieval times or war times.
Times of war,
yeah. They're inspired in the past. I kind of like that, Peaky Blinders and things like this. So I actually prefer Netflix and YouTube because
really.
Sometimes
I'm gonna have to differ with you on that one, but continue.
Okay, but so I finished my TV show on Netflix, and I was like, dude, what the fuck should I watch?
Oh, that's a bad feeling.
Yeah, and then I went to YouTube, and I saw any of the YouTubers I follow, they post anything, they didn't post anything, so I was like, fuck. So then I went to like the recommended videos, right? And I started with one, dude. I don't know where did I end up, dude. I ended up watching these like Marvel world competition where like all the fans of like it was like actually really cool how it was like set and everything, and like it was like a small stadium someone created, and like in the stadium like the fans were fucking Marvels, with like it's
Marvel fans? Like,
no, it was like everything was made of marbles. Like,
oh, it was made of marbles.
The fans like in the stadium, like the
I
people
thought you
in
were
the
saying Marvel.
no, not Marvel, marbles.
Marble.
Like the fucking like glass circles.
What?
Yeah, that's where I ended
Yeah,
up.
there you go.
And like it was fun because like it was like marvels in the around like
Sure.
cheering with like some like I don't know, like I'm pretty sure when like he was editing the video or something, he had like the cheering
Yeah.
thing, and that shit was then I realized.
And so how okay, so here's my question. This all happened in one day.
No, that happens like in 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
30
minutes.
That was my morning, man.
That was your That was your morning. That's how you that's
After taking
That
a
was
shower.
before breakfast.
No, after.
Okay, after breakfast.
Yeah, that was
So
tough.
what I'm sensing here is that you don't really have a go-to set thing to do to kill time.
No, I don't have a hobby actually.
Like you don't have like
No.
this is what I do to kill time.
Workout maybe like 2 hours.
Work out a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
but then I actually
Home workouts or are you hitting the gym?
no home workout.
Home workouts, okay.
I do it at home, but I have to do that like late at night because like then
Late
I
at
take a
night.
shower and put like the pajama or
Okay,
something.
and then you go to bed.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I bet maybe watch some Netflix.
Okay. maybe do everything you just
Fucking again.
start drawing. and-
Yeah.
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 But so do you wish that you had like that maybe that one thing that you're always like, okay, that's what I'm doing.
when I was like in my house, like, cause I'm an exchange student now.
Yeah.
When I was in my house, I had like the video game, so like I could like
Okay.
always go there, like play like like
Yeah,
mess
yeah.
around, like Call
That's
of
what you
Duty
do.
or some shit around.
But do you miss having like one thing where you're like, God, I wish that I would like
Yeah.
always want to do that.
Yeah,
Is there anything that you've tried to pick up like a
fucking baits.
beats drawing?
Oh yeah, I was like, damn, that sounds like kind of cool. Like if I get
Sure.
into this, like that can be like
Yeah.
kind of cool. Cause like I see Will, like he was like, yeah, when I feel like this, I'll do this, or when I feel like that way, I would do this, and like
Yeah.
they always like ended up like
So
being super
you
fucking
you
cool.
want something that you can like kind of channel into an art or like into something.
Yeah, or kill some
Yeah.
free time too.
Just to kill some time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take my turn for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
Talk about because I have quite a bit of free time too. Too much, some would say. My weekends start at 1:00 on Thursday because I got no class on Friday, and I don't have any class until 11 in the morning. So I'm pretty much open most of the morning, and then a lot of the afternoon too. So I have a lot of free time.
Yeah.
So you would think that I'm extremely productive. And that's just not really true. Well, no. I don't know. I'd like to come home and make videos, like, constantly. But that's just never really what I end up doing. I need to, like, really push myself if that's what I want to do. I usually, my absolute favorite thing to do, absolute favorite thing, is to wheel my chair in front of where I play video games, start playing video games, and I open up my computer and listen to a podcast, or maybe put on a show that like you don't really need to watch,
Like the Lord of the Rings thing you were hearing.
or like audiobooks. Like I'll listen
Yeah.
to like Lord of the Rings or whatever. That just like listening to that while playing something is like my favorite thing, which I think that's a pretty popular opinion. I think a lot of people would like to do that, but like there's something so nice about me just being by myself and just like listening to something really nerdy that
Yeah.
I don't care what people think, and just playing video games. So nice. Unfortunately, that doesn't yield a lot of product when it comes to like schoolwork or like videos or whatever. So like another thing, well, you know me, I have like, I'm always very interested in something,
Yeah.
but it's like one of 10
Like
things.
Rubik Cube, like
Yeah.
in Dama.
But I'm basically like, you could make a wheel with 10 different like
That's facts. Yeah.
spaces on it and just write one of my hobbies on each of those spaces, and every month, the first week of every month, you could just spin that wheel And then that's what I'm obsessed with for the month. So I don't like to call them phases because I always come back to it eventually. You know?
Yeah.
It's not like a phase where it's like, oh, I did that, now I'm done.
No, I know.
No,
what you're
I'll
talking
come
about,
back to
yeah.
it eventually. It just could be next month or it could be in a year, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, for example, kendama.
Explain what's kendama.
Okay, yeah. So for people who don't know what kendama is, it's like a ball and cup kind of toy. Are you laughing at me?
Yeah, a little bit. It's kind of funny.
No, it is fun. No, it is funny. I mean, it sounds like a little. I sound like
it's a really.
I sound like a 9-year-old kid though.
It's a cool way to kill time too.
But at the same time, basically it's like a ball and cup toy. It's just like a little skill game, super simple, but people get crazy good at it. It's in the same it's in the same family as like a yo-yo kind of, where it's like something like a very simple toy, but people get crazy good at it. But like that was something where I would come home from class and just do that for like hours.
That sounds fucking cool, actually.
Just like hours. I could do that anywhere because it was just it was a wooden toy. I would just toss in my bag and just like whatever.
Yeah, that's
just
true. You could do like everywhere.
play for hours, you know?
Yeah.
And especially knowing other people who play, I would just like could go meet up, do the same thing, come home, do the same thing. And as like out there, you know, it's a very like niche little, not a lot of people even know what a kendama is, but for me it was so nice because it was something different than just watching TV.
Yeah.
Or
you could do it watching TV too, like at
yeah,
the
you
same
could.
time.
And like I'm not one of those people who hates on people for like you play video games too much, you watch too much TV. Like have as much screen time as you want. I don't really care. But personally, I like to get away from my computer once in a while because I spend a lot of time on my computer. So having something like tactile and physical like that was really appealing to me. So that's why I like kendama so much. Same reason that I was into like Rubik's Cube stuff. It's the same thing. It was like
Or Magic.
Magic. I was into Magic. You know, like those are all things that I can just take with me wherever I go, and it's doesn't require anybody or anything else. So that you know, that used to be my go-tos for killing time. You know, for what I was doing when I was bored. Or to waste time or whatever, you know, if I just had like...
For myself, I think I could compare that to like soccer. For me, it was like a really cool way with like maybe like Tuesdays or Thursdays. Like I went to like the park with like a team, like play for like or train for 2 hours.
No, but this was back. Are you talking about back in Spain? Or are you talking about
back like last year in Miami.
In Miami,
like this year I'm not playing soccer because like I broke my ankle like 2 months before coming here.
Yeah,
but like soccer is always like I don't know, like a physical sport.
But wouldn't you say that that's like very different though, because in a place like Miami or even in a place back home like Spain, like the weather's always better and there are more people probably playing soccer.
I could even do it here, like in an inside soccer.
Oh,
like just the feeling of like running, like
getting
after the
sweat.
ball, getting sweat. Yeah, like in a group team, like giving like orders and everything. That, and also I really love when we're like playing spike ball. Those were like really nice times.
Spike ball is a great game.
That was a great day.
I think that any like little physical activity like that, like I don't know, like even kendama you could call as a physical activity. I mean, you're not really doing much, but you know, I mean, you're like up and at 'em and moving like a little bit. But I think that those things that require like smaller amounts of movement, like spike ball, like you're not going to start dripping sweat.
I mean, you
spike.
could.
I mean, eventually.
Yeah.
But eventually you'll start dripping sweat doing anything. But I just think that like it's so much easier to do those things for hours and hours and hours and hours on end.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, I think everyone should have like this like hobby or something they do where like they don't think of like anything else. You know, because like everyone has like their own problems, like their own shit. And like I remember playing soccer.
You just forget about it.
Yeah, I'm a guy that moves around a lot. Like at the beginning, I miss the guys, like all my friends and everything. And like playing soccer was like those 2 hours were like I didn't miss anything. It's just like me and the ball.
You didn't even care.
I don't even care. Yeah.
Like in a good way.
In a good way. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. I think that it's really important to have something like that, and it doesn't have to be a sport or anything. I mean, it could be drawing.
Yeah.
It could be cooking.
Oh, actually, cooking. I actually like love cooking.
Yeah. Except for wait. So who's gonna tell? Here, I'll start telling the story.
Yeah,
you can finish it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
God,
so speaking of cooking, Lucas and I one day, I don't even know what we had been doing.
Watching that chef programming in Netflix.
Which one?
like the one where like all like the different like professional chefs. We like that Mexican
Oh,
too. Where
Final
like,
Table.
yeah.
Okay, so here, let me try to paint the picture for you. So Lucas and I are upstairs at his house. We're watching Final Table because we're bored out of our minds. This is not a good anecdote because we're talking about how we need to like do stuff to waste time. But we're just watching Netflix. We're watching Final Table, which, by the way,
amazing.
couldn't recommend more.
Yeah.
If you are at all inclined to watching cooking shows, and you have Netflix, you should be watching Final Table.
No drama. Actually, like
there's
real
no
cooking.
drama. All the chefs on there are incredible. It's great. I can't wait for season 2. Watch it.
It's just one season.
Yeah. I mean, listen to this first and then go watch.
Okay.
Yeah. So Lucas and I are getting inspired, right? Because, you know, Lucas, for those who don't know, is from Spain. If you can tell by the accent. Oh, no, come on. It's
no,
cute.
I kind of like it, dude.
Yeah, it's cute. He's from Spain, which is very known for its cuisine, right?
Not culinary culture.
The culinary culture. And Stuart, your boy, likes to, you know, I like to mess around in the kitchen here and there too. You know, I'm not crazy. I don't go crazy, but, you know, it's nice. And so we're getting really inspired watching Final Table. I mean, we were getting hyped up and we were hungry.
Yeah.
We were hungry and we're watching these Michelin star chefs just kill it. And we're like, oh, we gotta go downstairs.
It was lunchtime too.
And it was lunchtime. Oh, God. It was a weekend, I'm sure. It was a
Yeah, it was
weekend,
like
right?
Saturday.
It was like a Saturday. We're like, oh my God, we're gonna kill some food. So we want to go downstairs and see what's at Lucas's house. And Lucas, by the way, is an exchange student this year, and the house he's staying at is just gorgeous, and the kitchen especially is
the fridge especially.
just wonderful. I
It's
mean,
always full.
always full. His host parents are the sweetest people ever. It's always full of delicious stuff. I mean, anybody who knew anything about making food could make something delicious in that kitchen. Is basically
That's
what
true.
I'm
Like
trying
Greek
to say.
food, like there was
Anything.
everything.
There was just a little bit of everything. It was just wonderful. So much space. No excuses to make bad food.
But that day there wasn't anything.
No excuses to make bad food except for this day. There's nothing. So we go, and I'm not complaining because we could have got out, bought our own ingredients. You know, we could have if we really wanted to.
But we didn't have car that day.
But you know, I don't know if we had a car that day. But we thought, you know what? We're gonna work with what we got here. We're gonna make something simple, something beautiful. And so what's a simple, easy thing? Pasta. You can make pasta delicious, but it can also be super, super simple. So we're okay. Good pasta. So
but we didn't want normal pasta. Like
we didn't. No. We didn't. I mean, any fool could toss some pesto on pasta or toss some butter on pasta, and not us. No, we wanted to make our own sauce from scratch. So we were thinking, we're like, you know what?
I brought my computer.
Yeah, he grabs the computer.
Special like sauce.
Easy
for, like,
sauce.
Yeah.
And so we were like cheesy. We should have like a cheesy.
Yeah, that's I remember that shit.
Yeah. Because there was a lot of like fresh Parmigiano in the fridge. I'm like, oh, okay, this is good. So Lucas finds this recipe. So I go, okay, listen, Lucas, you're gonna be in charge of the noodles. And he
Wait,
goes,
by the way, it was like Alfredo pasta.
Yeah, it was like a cheesy
Sauce,
like.
yeah.
Oh yeah. What kind of noodles were they though?
Normal ones, like
I mean, they were like
the circular
spaghetti.
one, spaghetti, yeah.
Like long ones. Yeah,
I don't know how you
spaghetti
call
or
them, yeah.
angel hair. No, I think it was angel hair.
No, because it wasn't like that thin. It was like
Anyway,
like thick.
something like that. So I go, Lucas, I want those noodles cooked. I mean, to a T. Like, no room for error. So he gets the water boiling. We salt the water. Always salt your water. And
By the way, we also grabbed like the wrong container to put the spaghetti. It was like too short with like too much water. That was like a really bad.
that was our first mistake. We'll come back to that. But Lucas is boiling the pasta, looking great, looking absolutely. I mean, it looked fine when it was boiling.
Yeah.
And so I start working on the sauce. So Lucas pulls up this really simple. It was like a 5-ingredient cheese sauce.
Not even 5. It was like 3.
It was like milk, cheese, flour, salt,
that's it.
pepper.
Not even pepper. It was like just like
No,
milk.
no, it called for pepper.
No, butter
And pepper.
flour,
That was it.
milk, and cheese.
Anyway, something. I mean, a fool could do this, but there were no like measurements on the recipe online. It just listed the ingredients.
Maybe
so
they weren't when they were written.
No, I don't
That's
think
an
there were.
eruption.
Maybe. So I thought, I got this. I'm gonna just eyeball it. I'll be fine. And I think I started with just the butter, and then I put in the flour, and just way too much. Way too much. And I started getting confused because I said, I'm making dough. This is dough. This isn't, I'm not making a sauce. This is dough. Because it was just solidifying in this pan.
It was concrete, actually.
And I keep adding more of everything. Milk just gets soaked up instantaneously. I'm trying to add cheese and then pepper, and it just keeps becoming concrete. I mean, like, you would take a spoonful of this quote-unquote sauce, take a spoonful of it, turn the spoon upside down, and nothing would fall off. It was just like, I mean, it was like cement.
Also, it was gray. I don't know why.
None of the ingredients
like
were gray.
White. Yeah, I know,
but it was like disgusting gray. And we were like, okay, it's really thick. It's not going to mix with the noodles, but it's probably still going to taste good.
Let's talk about the noodles now.
So let's go to. Do you want to talk about the noodles?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
you were in charge.
How you call the container? Like the
pot?
The pot. Yeah. We first of all we picked like a really small one. And like in my defense, I have to say it was like my third time making spaghetti. That was in my defense. So we put water, and then I don't know why I put like the thing top, like how you call it, glass,
the lid.
Yeah, the lid. I put it in,
pot.
And I don't know why, like, all the water started, like, boiling, and, like, I mean, like, of course it was, like, warm water or whatever, but, like, still, like, throwing, like, it was a mess.
But I think that we just tried to, I think we put way too many noodles in for how small that little pot was.
Because, like, you need, like, a bigger pot.
You needed, like, a pretty large pot.
Yeah. That was our first mistake with the spaghettis.
Lucas, I'm just gonna, so I have this absolute disgusting gray mass in this pan that is just getting solidifying more and more with every second. But I'm like, okay, the noodles will probably be good because worst comes to worst, we could have always just thrown some butter, salt, pepper,
something
just
oil,
something easy,
like some shit like that. Yeah,
that wasn't gonna happen. So Lucas brings this
to the sink
pot to the sink to pour it over the strainer or the colander,
and just the water fills.
Only the water falls out.
Like all
no noodles. And he turns the pot completely upside down. And the best way I could describe this is if you've ever been inside of a cave and you see stalactites hanging down from the ceiling, those thin stalactites. Picture, a couple hundred of those, but they're all just thin noodles just glued to the bottom of the pot. And they were just, I didn't know noodles could become so sticky. Because they were so sticky.
Yeah, they were a mess, yeah.
Maybe they could have been gluten-free noodles.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Also, I don't know how, like, I've never seen, like, noodles burn. But I don't know how I ended up, like, burning the noodles. They were brown.
They were burnt to a crisp to the bottom of this pot. None of them fell out. He just poured out a bunch of, like, hot water. All of the noodles were exactly where they started. And
we were more hungry now.
But now we're starving, and we have concrete sauce and stalactites. and it's time to eat. So we start scraping these noodles out, and a lot of them hadn't even separated after we put them in. That. So it was just this like it was like they were still raw. You could just snap them in half. So we got rid of the really bad ones, and we took some of these. I mean, they were so sticky. You couldn't even get them off the fork when you were trying to put them in our bowls. And we're like, okay, they probably still taste good. And then we just spoonful a couple of scoops of concrete
into this spaghetti. Oh shit! Yeah.
And it was just horrific. And honestly, there was so much cheese in that sauce that the flavor.
It wasn't bad.
If you could even call it flavor, it was okay at best. I mean, it was fine, but it was. I mean, you were had to chew the sauce. I mean, and the noodles. It was like, I don't even know what to compare it to.
Yeah, that was hard. Yeah.
And we're laughing about it now, but in all actuality, that truly, honestly, ruined our day for the rest of the day.
No, we're super disappointed. Yeah.
It's hilarious now, but it actually wasn't funny then because, I mean, we laughed about it, but then we were both, pissed off
and what happened
all
at night?
day.
I couldn't even sleep with
and then, we didn't eat again for the rest of the day.
Because we were feeling like shit.
Lucas came over to sleep where I was staying, and we couldn't even eat because we were so just, pissed off.
Yeah, and also I was feeling like shit, I had, all my stomach, like moving it around and like.
We just didn't eat again.
Shit, yeah.
That was
It
depressing.
actually took me like 2 days to like digest like that food. I think
Oh my god, absolutely horrendous.
that was bad.
So anyway, I usually cook to pass the free time. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quite the horror story, actually, and the cleanup was even worse than making it because he had to just like scrape off these noodles in this concrete sauce. Absolutely awful.
No, but actually, cooking is a really like nice way.
Yeah.
No, it is. It is.
No, genuinely, that's kind of an anomaly, and usually Lucas and I can actually make some pretty decent food.
Yeah.
I enjoy cooking
No, I
to,
actually
to
do
waste
too.
time.
Yeah.
I do. I think that I just think that it's really, when it comes back to like the whole wasting time, I think that it's really easy to just look at your phone or watch TV or play video games or any of that stuff, which again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm not somebody who's gonna judge someone else for sitting in bed and watching TV all day, because God knows I do it all the time.
Yeah.
And like,
I agree. Yeah.
personally, I don't care. I'm not gonna think any differently about anybody. I don't think that that's a bad thing at all. But I know that personally, if I do that, I don't feel good.
I don't care if I like I
At the end of
spend
the day.
time with like the Instagram, Snapchat, like Netflix, whatever. I like it like when I'm like in the bed, just like me.
Yeah.
Like watching alone. Like I can be doing whatever. Cause
Yeah.
like, but like when there's like sun out or like some sunlight, or like I have like friends around.
I just think that even if you're like alone all day, like let's say you have all day to waste time and nobody, like no friends are around, no family's around, it's just you. Even if you're going to do nothing all day and even if you don't want to go outside, I think that it's smart to break up the time that you have
Yeah.
and do different activities for that span of time. So like, for example, like, okay, I'm going to watch Netflix, I'm going to watch a couple episodes of this show, but then I'm going to get up and draw for a few, for a while.
Yeah, you just like to
Then I'm going to
break,
just,
yeah.
just breaking it up like that can actually
Yeah.
make a difference.
I check and I'm actually like spending like so much time on Instagram. Like I spend like more than like an hour and something per day.
I don't think that's not that bad though.
Dude, but like it's a fucking
Okay,
hour.
how about this? What do you think is a healthy amount of time to waste on your phone per day?
I don't think there's like a healthy amount. I think like for me like individually, I think like I spend like a lot of time, and then like Snapchat is like 45 minutes. I don't know how I spend like 45 minutes on Snapchat. It's just like a 3 seconds picture, some streaks you have, maybe like check something.
Yeah.
But like,
I think is that the app that you spend the most time on? Instagram or Instagram is or
YouTube,
Snapchat?
YouTube.
YouTube is.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I watch videos
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
I like actually like learn.
I think mine's probably Instagram is my number one used, followed by Reddit and YouTube. I'm on both of those,
Yeah, but I'm sure
but I'm hardly ever go on Snap.
I'm sure this happened to you when you're like super bored. You're on Instagram and then you're like, oh, I'm done checking everything on Instagram.
Close it out.
You close it up and then you go straight again to Instagram. And
Just
you're
like muscle
what the
memory.
fuck? Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and that actually bugs me, because it's like I'm so, like, I've tuned myself
To like go.
to just press my thumb right where Instagram is,
Yeah.
that even the second after I close out Instagram, I just open up Instagram.
Yeah.
Again, that's
nothing
fine.
bad, yeah,
like
whatever,
it's
yeah.
fine. But personally, because like there will be days on the weekend where maybe you're gone or you're doing stuff or everybody else is
like with
gone
Clover
or
or something,
yeah, whatever, and I'll wake up and literally my favorite thing to do is either what I said before, playing video games and listening to something, or making a bunch of food and watching TV and eating food is like my two favorite things. But after doing that for a while, I do just like need to do something different. Just because I know that I'm just gonna feel like shit.
Yeah. Also, I'm a really social person, so like I really like spending time with people.
And Lucas and I were actually just talking about this before we even started recording. Like before we even came up with the idea to record this, we were just talking about how I know a lot of people don't like shopping, but if there's any store that you like going to or anything, if I go somewhere, like even if I don't buy anything, if I just go and look around, I feel like I feel way better.
Beers?
Yeah, there's a really great antique place that we go to all the time, and we never buy anything. We
bought the bracelet.
I bought like a bracelet. I mean, we've been there like 3 times.
I bought the vinyls for like.
We went there like 3 times. That was the first time we ever bought something.
Yeah.
But it's just like fun to look around.
It was like there's so many stuff and like
And I think also keeping yourself busy doing stuff like that, like if you've done that, then when you come home and play video games,
makes you enjoy more.
it like kind of makes you appreciate it more, but it also makes you like, I earned this a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
Like, oh, I
Just,
already,
like,
like
break
I already
from
did shit
everything,
today.
yeah.
Like I'm just gonna chill now.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah,
Like even if that doing shit was like really simple and wasn't like anything crazy, like just the fact that like now I'm gonna chill.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like just like break from like everything and just
Yeah.
like go like fuck
Just
around
go
like
like
video games
chill,
or
like
yeah.
and because then you just are like, well, whatever, I earned it, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, I actually really enjoy going around, like just like to stores and like
Yeah,
checking
just walk.
things
And that's why I can't. I'm just happy that the weather's finally getting better to just
Oh,
be
yeah.
outside.
and like go to the beach. The lake.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
oh, it's fucking nice.
And I think a lot of people just, you know, resort to like, I don't know what I want to do in my to waste time because I don't know what I like to do, and I think a good answer to that is just like do whatever you can to keep yourself as busy as possible. So like if you have to sign up for a club or, you know, dog walk for your neighbor, just anything to keep yourself busy.
Yeah.
Because first of all, you might discover something that you might, you know, meet somebody or do something that you start to really enjoy, or you're going to be so busy that during the time of you being busy, you're going to start to like wish what you were, like think about what you would like to be doing. If you're busy all day in school, you're like, God, I wish I was at home doing this.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Then you're going to start to realize, oh, that's what I like to do. I mean, I used to be in class all the time and be like, oh my God, I'd have this video idea and I'd be like, oh my God, I just want to go film that video. And that's how I knew that I loved making videos, is because when I was super busy, that's all I
thinking
wanted
about
to do.
that thing. Yeah.
So if you keep yourself busy, like, but I just think that having all that free time, it can get harder to think like, what do I really want to do right now? Because it's so much easier to just, hey, like, I'm gonna go watch Netflix and fuck around on my
Just
phone.
to kill like time.
Just to kill time.
Yeah, that's actually a really.
You know
good
what I
point.
mean?
Yeah.
So
It makes you appreciate like.
I mean,
Everything
I'm
more.
being a little bit of a hypocrite because I haven't made a video in a while, but you know, I know that that's what I like to do. I mean, that's the reason that we're doing the podcast right now. I mean, we had nothing to do this afternoon, and we talked about this idea for doing something like this and making videos about it, and that's going to take up a bunch of our time. I mean, that's literally the reason that we're doing this right now, is
Yeah.
because we were going to waste time.
Also, I really like filming your videos or like being part of it, like those like small movies we made, like Jacqueline, or like the
Jackland, yeah.
That one.
Or the Barcelona one. we
or
did,
the
Don't
one that
Stop.
we did like a week ago, where like it took us like a day to film.
Oh,
but it was
voice
like
memos?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was like 3-minute video, but that was actually a really cool video. I really
Uh-huh.
enjoyed it.
Well, the voice memos video is kind of the the whole inspiration for this podcast. That video, if you haven't seen it, it's on my.
It's private, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna make it public after we show in class. It was for school. It was for a school project, but I actually ended up. Like,
I really like
really
it,
having
yeah.
fun with
Yeah.
it. So it's posted. I think it's probably right now. Once we watch it in class tomorrow, I'm gonna make it public.
It actually has like a bunch of views because like I've showed it to everyone.
Oh, right. And again, like Lucas and I aren't looking to make clickbaity, get a ton of views videos. Like that's not what it's
No, I
about.
think we
Like,
enjoy, actually.
We just genuinely enjoy doing something different. And that video, voice memos, if you haven't checked it out, it's only a few minutes long. It's like just over 3 minutes long. I mean, it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
But if you watch that, you'll totally get what I was saying in the beginning of this about how we're going to take clips from this and make videos, because that was like genuinely a voice memo. Not the one that was used in the video wasn't the exact same one. I re-recorded it, but I genuinely recorded myself a voice memo and listened back and said, I want to film that. And just like that little simple thing, I mean, we killed a whole weekend just having fun.
I think also you really like filming and like directing, and I really like being in front of a camera, like just fucking around, or like what we did, like me smoking, or like with the guitar,
just like the nice shots.
Yeah, actually like dressing like a cool outfit, I have to say, you know.
Yeah, right.
Go to different places, or like the non-stop one where like we went to the Milwaukee Art Museum, or like to see the boat, or
and
everything.
the cool thing about making videos, and this really can pertain to anything, so I'll use an example in a second, but the cool thing about making videos is that it actually kind of forces us to do stuff that we wouldn't usually do.
Go around, yeah.
So like when we filmed the Don't Stop video, like we probably would have never gone to the art museum, maybe for a different video, But it's like, no, we're gonna go to the art museum. We're gonna go walk around downtown. You know, like it got us out there and doing stuff. And I know there are probably people who are like, yeah, but I'm not making videos. Well, you don't necessarily have to, because let's bring it back to like the kendama thing, or soccer, whatever. If you find just another person who has that same interest as you, pretty much no matter what it is, you can find a way to go do stuff that you wouldn't normally do because of that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No. Yeah.
Like the whole kendama thing, I met my roommate Diego, because of kendama. When we used to go out, we explored all over because we would find new spots to play kendama. And if I wasn't doing that, I would have never seen or been to any of those spots, or probably would have never met him. So, I mean, I know we're getting like pretty serious talking about just wasting time, but if you can just find that one thing that you're just remotely passionate about, and then you find somebody else who shares that sentiment, it can open like a lot of doors.
Yeah. Also, like, we're getting serious because like free time is like the most like valuable thing like we have, actually. Like, just think about it. It's just like your time, where like you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever.
And I think that especially Lucas and I kind of take it for granted. For granted, not for granite. That's a rock.
I don't know.
For granted, because we both have like a ton of free time. Yeah. I mean, we really do. No, I know you're in class more than I am, but still, like we have a lot of free time. I mean, there are people who would kill for that much free time, and and I think that there are definitely times where we get pretty lazy with what we're doing.
I mean, but I kind of enjoy that,
which is fine. I mean, again, it's not, criticism, but a lot of times, like, having that free time, like, wait, what can I do to waste time? It doesn't always have to be wasting time. There's like a lot of stuff you can do to keep that.
I mean, I feel like we sometimes, when we don't have the car, like when like we have free time, we cannot do like much stuff because like we don't have a car. To go around.
To go anywhere.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, where we live, because we don't live like... just for people who don't know, like, we don't live in like a city.
Yeah.
Or anything. I mean, I guess there are buses, but it's kind of tough to like...
Also, it's like a really cold place.
Yeah, it's pretty... We're in Wisconsin.
Like, we try, like... No, we didn't try. Like, actually, like, really enjoy it. Like, at the beginning of, like, the winter, it was kind of like November, December. Some of the nights, like, we went to walk around, like, in front of the lake for, like, an hour.
And I'm kind of excited to do that again once it gets a little...
It's nice. Or, like, we went to, like, this restaurant, like, we hate... I'm not gonna give the name.
We're not gonna...
Actually, like, Conejitos, don't go there ever. Fuck them, fuck. Or, like, we went to Conejitos, then, like, I remember we went to get ice cream, and then, like, walk around, like, that was, like, really nice.
We're having cute little dates.
We're, like, it was, like, a date, like...
No, really, though.
And I really enjoyed that, like, it was nice.
Yeah, I know. And, okay, so, I heard this quote recently. I think I've heard it multiple times, but I don't know why it's, like, struck a chord with me recently. But I've been thinking about it all day, and it kind of comes back to the wasting time thing. And... I'm going to butcher... Oh, nice stomach growling. Go make some pasta. Yeah. It's from a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
I still feel it. And I'm probably going to butcher... I heard this quote, and it sounded so nice, and I'm probably going to butcher it, but it was essentially, what would you do if you knew 100% that you were going to be successful?
Damn.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I told you, like, Lucas, you can pick any job or you can pick any activity or hobby and you are going to be 100% successful. You're going to be successful. What are you going to do?
Soccer. I'll be like soccer.
But it's definitely something to think about. Like, when you're sitting at home, bored out of your mind, like, what would you be doing if you knew you were going to be successful? And for me, it's like making videos.
But to be honest, it's like more like more real, like you getting famous playing, like making videos than like me playing.
But I'm just saying, like that's something that I've really been thinking about today.
Yeah, that's true.
What would you do?
Yeah, like a job like you enjoy and like everything.
Yeah, like what would you and like that's definitely something where it's like, damn, and that's part of the reason I want to start doing these podcasts and stuff. I've always wanted to do a podcast, and I was thinking about it today. Like, okay, if I knew I was going to be successful, would I do a podcast? Fuck yeah, I'd do a podcast. It'd be so much fun.
Like talking. Yeah,
and 6 hours later, we're recording it right now. I mean, it's like that. That really struck a chord with me.
Yeah. Oh damn! Where did you hear that shit?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who said that quote. It's probably like
Genius Theory or like.
It's probably like an over. No, I don't remember. It's probably like a overused quote that doesn't go back to one specific person, but if it does, credit to that person because it's it's a fucking cool quote.
Fuck yeah. Shit, I wish I could be like a soccer player.
God damn it! Actually, it's just making me depressed.
I know I'm not gonna be successful in one.
Right. But yeah, no. As far as wasting time, I mean, there's really nothing you can do wrong. I mean, as long as you're like,
I think there's like two times when you're like, if you have a problem. And you have, like, a lot of free time, that's really bad, I feel like. And, like, if you don't have a problem...
Elaborate on that. What do you mean if you have a problem?
For example, like, I don't know, like, for me, like, or, like, you're having, like, you fought with your parents, or, like, with, like, a friend, or, like, you need money to buy something, or, like, to pay the rent, or, like, something, I don't know. Or, like, you have bad grades, or, like, for example, for me, like, I don't know what I want to study next year. I don't want to stay here, but it's, like, super hard, or, like, something. Yeah. And if I'm, like, alone, like, I don't know, reading... Or, like, watching a video, I'm just, like, thinking about that, rethinking, and, like, every minute, like, goes super slow. But, like, if you're not thinking about, like, anything, it's just, like, whatever you do, you will, like, enjoy it, I feel like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're saying, like, if there's something, like, pressing, like, on your mind, you should, like, do something about it.
Yeah.
Or at least try.
Or like, if you're thinking of something, instead of, like, watching TV or something, I mean, at least for me, right? Do like something more like physical activity.
Yeah.
Or like
that helps.
Go outside. Like
yeah.
I just like think I don't know why like the last like 3 days I just realized how much I love being outside. Like every day, like these 2 days I went for a run, and okay, I'm not like in a really good shape, but like running outside super nice. Like seeing the lake, like with like the sunset, it was beautiful, and it was just like an hour and like 15 minutes. But it was super nice. And
no, it's nice.
To, like, relax me and everything.
Yeah. And even, like, anything, though. I mean, you could just go for a walk.
Yeah, like, you don't have to run,
the same experience. I think, yeah, definitely. I can agree with that. I think a lot of times there is stuff that I know I should be doing. Like, I know I should work on that for school. I know, but I just, like, really have hard time finding the motivation until the last minute. Which I know I'm not alone in that, and we can definitely make a whole episode about procrastination, because that's a big
thing. It's a big thing, yeah.
But when it comes to just wasting time, I love hanging out with people. I was always like a pretty social kid, but I also adore being alone.
Yeah, like the video. That's what you said. Like, there's nothing.
And that's what that's what the voice memos video is about.
Yeah, you should go watch it.
We gotta go watch it. Yo, plug. Yo, buy my merch.
Go Stir Blue.
But yeah, honestly, like that moment, like making food and watching a video or playing video games, and just like that moment of just like I am just with myself doing, like, I'm watching my like nerdy little video essays about the Legend of Zelda or the Lord of the Rings, or like. That is such a great moment for me, and I appreciate it so much. Even though I get to experience it every single day.
Yeah.
Multiple times a day.
Yeah.
I still am like, that makes me happy.
Yeah, I feel like I should start doing that, like, enjoying, like, the free time I have. Not, like, when I'm with you, like, spending time. I think, like, when I'm, like, alone, like, what I'm saying, like, drawing or, like, cooking or, like, watching Netflix, YouTube, like, working out, whatever. Just, like, actually, like, enjoying it. Like, really enjoying it.
Just taking a step back and just...
Yeah,
like appreciating.
Yeah.
Just like, this is what I'm doing. I'm stoked.
Yeah, because like I choose to do that. You know what I mean? It's like my decision, like to do that thing. So like I should enjoy it.
No, absolutely.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not gonna do beats again. I didn't enjoy that shit.
We're not making beats over here. We're not producers.
No. I mean, who knows? I'm gonna be the new David Guetta.
Maybe one day. Who knows? But no, I at the end of the day though, there's really no wrong answer for how to waste time, because if you feel good, that's fine.
Even if you're busy,
if you're
like busy doing what you like school,
like, but I mean, if you're wasting time and you are on Instagram for 2 hours straight and whatever, man. I mean,
I don't think there's like enough content like to entertain in like 2 hours.
Yeah,
or whatever.
But I mean, you know, if that's what makes you happy, then I mean, yeah.
Just fucking send it.
Just
don't stop like your video. Go watch Tor.
Don't stop. Go watch my video. Yo, buy my merch. No.
That's a really good video too.
But at the same time, like, don't be afraid to like go out there and do something you haven't tried before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and not to get like preachy.
I mean, it's easy to say now that like summer's coming. When's winter? That's just
Yeah, winter. Yeah, winter does.
when like at 4 it's like dark outside. It's cold as fuck.
Yeah.
It was like, how cold was it? Like minus like 50 like Fahrenheit. Some shit.
I mean, we got canceled.
School, like I got canceled at school like 4 days. Snow and like cold.
I got class canceled 2 or 3 times because of snow and cold. Yeah, it's definitely tougher in the winter, and I think that we had that conversation many times.
Yeah, but I was still going like
Always
walking
time.
to your house. You were like
Yeah.
still walking here.
But we would always try to like come up with something to do.
Yeah, we're like our dumbass like bands. Like when like was snow around, we're going with bands. I would like
Yeah, we didn't care.
jeans roll,
Go get a tattoo or
super
something.
thin jackets. Yeah.
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 But I don't know. That's pretty much what I do to waste time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just like, it's just such a conflicting feeling for me, wasting time, because on the one hand, like, fucking, of course, I love to fucking
Watch Netflix, or
video
yeah.
games, watch Netflix, but at the same time, part of me feels guilty,
You could be like more productive,
like I could be doing something
like
better.
working or like
Yeah, and like, should I feel bad? You know,
no. I think there's like
I think
enough time.
everybody's different, but you know.
Yeah.
I think there's ways to hit a nice balance. I mean, like literally today we were like talking about what we should do, and we decided to
I
start.
think we were like
start a
unproductive
podcast.
today. Like you came here, we're like
Yeah.
joking around.
I mean, it can definitely get you. I think it's not good to get too comfortable wasting time, because eventually you can kind of get in a rut of like, it's like waking up, watching Netflix, going to bed, waking up, watching Netflix, playing video games, going to bed. I mean, it can just get so like boring.
Yeah. We're like
nice to mix it up.
Yeah. Where you're like you don't
Join
enjoy
a
anymore.
club. Do a sport.
Fuck that. I'm just kidding. No, yeah.
Fuck that.
Go clean the beaches.
Go yeah.
The
Go
garbage.
Go pick
I
up
was actually
trash.
not kidding. The other day I was thinking about that. Like, go just like check that or something.
I always pick up.
Dude,
trash.
I watched a video yesterday about like how like the dirt in the ocean, because like the currents, it gets like together.
Oh yeah, I know. There's a big pile of trash. That's
Yeah,
like,
not that one. There's like one where like super like super small particles of like plastic were like, it's like, I think they say it was like twice as like the size of Texas,
oh yeah.
twice. And there's like this project with like some like sailboats where like they have like a net behind, and like they
they're
just like,
trying to, like-
yeah, just like clean it. And I was watching that video and I was like, shit, I should like have like a bunch of free time. We should go to a beach
Yeah.
and clean that thing, or like
Honestly.
something like that.
I think I do that right now, actually.
Like,
We
wait,
should.
goodbye.
All right, bye.
No, yeah.
No, honestly though.
But that would be cool, actually. Just like
Yeah.
helping people or like things, 'cause, like with our free time, you know, like I don't know, could be like nice.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't know if there's like programs or like projects around here where you can like go clean, cause like Bradford Beach or like water, like they're like kind of like clean. I have to say.
Yeah.
So like the things around we have, they're not like too dirty. I feel like Wisconsin, well, like Milwaukee, well, Sherwin and Whitefish Bay are really clean. Yeah, just like
You went to my house, this room.
yeah, my room is pretty dirty. But I feel like it's super like eco-friendly and everything, so I don't think like we could find like anything around. But dude, we could go like, I don't know, like Milwaukee and
there's
like
always something
Human
to do.
Society, help with the dogs or something. That would be fucking cool. Like the small pets. I don't know, puppies. I just
Puppies.
mix pets and puppies.
Petties.
Petties. Yeah. There's like actually like a lot of things you could do.
So yeah, there's a lot of things you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
no,
a
you
bunch
can-
of like things you can find around.
Yeah,
here.
pretty. Yeah, I don't think it's too difficult. Well, anyway, that pretty much wraps it up.
Yeah.
I-
That's a really nice
That was a nice
killing
conversation.
time, talking about killing time.
Yeah, I don't even know how long it's been. Do we even know?
Do you know what we should do at the end of each podcast?
What should we do?
Read a quote, like the quote book.
Okay, should we do that?
Yeah.
Should I find one?
So, yeah. Wait, so you have to say what's the
Okay,
quote.
so first I'm curious how long. Oh, 49 minutes, almost 50 minutes. That's pretty good. That's pretty much exactly where we wanted to be.
Yeah, but like
Anyway.
read the quote book.
Not quite done yet, though, because everybody in our friend group is well aware that I have a running quote book. So I think I started it.
I don't think I was here when you started. Like, it was like
So it must have been
4 years ago
junior
or
year.
something like that, yeah.
Junior year of high school. Before I even... It must have been before I even met Lucas.
Yeah.
Junior year of high school. And now I'm a big freshman in college. Should be a sophomore, but I took a gap year. That's a story for a different episode. But so it's been going on for a few years now. Basically, whenever somebody says some dumb stuff, I just write it down, and I have this like note file in my phone where I just write down everything, and some of them are really awful, and I'm not going to read them, but some of them are really funny.
I have to say we're super, like, no, it's gonna sound like fucking whatever, but, like, I think, like, each
Our
one
friend
of
group
us...
is pretty fucking funny, though.
Yeah, we're kind of, yeah. Like, every one of us have, like, our, like, own moments. My quotes are sometimes, like, I'm sure, like, dumb as fuck, because, like...
They're all dumb.
No, I know, but mine are, like, but bad spelling or something.
Oh, yeah, well, we make fun of Lucas a lot because of his English, which is much better now. But when we first met him, though, it wasn't as good.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Those
should I start? So do you think I should find a quote, like, from towards the top, or a recent quote?
It doesn't matter.
Just pick a random one?
Like, easy one, like a soft one.
Now, there's...
Don't go with, like, the...
There is so many quotes here that I can just scroll for, like, minutes to get to the bottom. So I'm just going to scroll up and down a bunch of times and just not look. I'm just going to stop my thumb eventually. And... Okay. No, I'm just going to look for one here. I'm not going to read that one.
Oh, God.
I'm going to keep scrolling here for a second till I...
Yeah, because some of the quotes are, like, inside jokes between us.
A lot of them are inside jokes. I think I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Because the older ones are usually more... Yeah. They're all pretty... They're just so stupid. But, okay. This is a classic. This is an absolute classic. This is a quote for... Should I do... No, I don't feel like I should do a quote for myself, should I?
No, yeah.
Okay. This is a classic quote. I don't even know if Lucas knows this one, but Daniel and I still say this one to this day. Quote, "It's pretty chilly, dog. I could go for a chili dog."
That's like... Okay, these quotes are super funny. They're super funny because, like, they sound so dumb. But, like, at the moment...
Come on, that's
context,
good.
That's funny. No, it is. It's funny. I have to say.
It's pretty chilly, dog. But I could go for a chili dog.
Just picture at the moment. Those are, like, random things.
I'm cutting you off for a second, because if I opened a chili dog shop in Alaska, that would definitely be the slogan.
Okay, yeah.
Or in Canada, where it's always snowing. Cold. Oh my God, my slogan would be, "It's pretty chilly, dog. I could go for a chili dog."
Yeah.
Stewart's Chili Dogs.
Yeah. You have to think, like, these quotes are, like, random. Like, we just said this. Like,
a lot of this stuff is unprompted. Yeah, this usually doesn't come out of conversations. I'll read one more just because I think this exemplifies exactly what we were saying. Quote, "Stuart, be quiet. I'm trying to plant a Dorito tree." Will Wilmette. Yeah, a lot of them. Have you ever heard of a Dorito tree? Probably not, because it's not a thing. But Will felt the need to tell me to be quiet so that he could plant his Dorito tree.
Just, like, picture the situation. Like, just picture, like, in what situation you could say that.
Yeah, actually, I don't even want to give context to these quotes. That's what makes it funnier.
Okay,
is that
yeah.
People can just imagine, like, what we were talking about to come up with me saying, "It's pretty chilly, dog. I could go for a chili dog," and Will saying, "Stuart, be quiet. I'm trying to plant my Dorito tree." They could have been in the same conversation.
Yeah.
They could have been back to back. We don't know. You don't know.
Yeah. Also, I think we have, like, 1,000 quotes. Like, something like that. Or, like, not even 1,000, but, like, hundreds.
Way too many quotes.
Yeah, but I'm sure, like, there's, like, a bunch of them.
But anyway, so how about this? We opened the show with a fun fact, if you couldn't tell, and I think that it'd only be good to end the show with a quote.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Yeah. That's a cool one, yeah.
That's a nice one. Well, anyway, I think that just about wraps it up. We're coming just shy of an hour. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, it is. That was a good one, man.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening to the very first 125 podcast. We came up with that name today. If you're curious about it, we might touch on it later. But for right now, we're going to keep it a secret. We are the 125 podcast. I'm Stuart Blue.
I'm Lucas Allende.
And that's it for today. We're signing off.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed it.
Hope you enjoyed. We enjoyed.
Yeah, we did.
And I'm just going to say one more thing just because this is the first one. Basically, what we're doing is after these podcasts, taking a little snippet, and we're going to use that snippet of the conversation as a script for a video. So I'm not sure which part we will take from this conversation. It will probably be us talking about the pasta, because that was really funny.
That was really funny.
Doesn't necessarily have to be something funny. It can be anything. But we'll talk about it. We'll listen back, take a couple minutes from this podcast, and we will use that as a script and film it word by word, exactly what we were saying. And we will do that for each and every podcast. Hopefully, we might slip on a few, not going to lie, but that's the hope.
So now, goodbye, right?
That about wraps it up.
Yeah.
See you next time. Signing off.